the next time, besides, she says, the next time we're back in the other galaxy and you come visit Tibbs, you might wanna, dress up a little bit.
Well, I suppose.
Professional.
Yeah, I suppose I could come along with you. By the way, Darren knew the entire time that he had basically no choice about going.
And is anyone not getting new clothing? Is anyone not getting new clothes from themselves for the banquet tonight? Okay.
One will go, but he won't go clothes shopping, he'll go fabric shopping.
Okay.
When Darren has the opportunity, I assume we'll bring Chris along, he'll try and talk to him.
Okay. You'll try to talk to Chris?
Yeah.
Chris is definitely coming, because that's just what Chris does.
Chris is says, clothes? I don't need clothes.
No,
New
Chris, what you
shiny
need is a
clothes.
bath. Dang.
Don't be mean.
Oi, be nice to him. Chris, you can come with me.
Oh boy, he says, I have absolutely no idea about fashion whatsoever, or what clothes go with what, or what colors go with what. I'm kind of actually half colorblind, so I could use some help with that, if you don't mind.
That's fine, you can come with me.
He
don't need the
kind
rest
of
of these
reminds me
guys.
of a really, really ancient human pop dancer. We might make a throwback to that. It could be cool.
Right,
Now-
if you're going to be part of Bravo Squad, you need to look the part,
Yeah.
Now, I have to warn you, Salo, if you're also going on this shopping venture, or at least you're going to be in the mall area, you're going to see the girls. You're going to see Trissy and Nilu and I guess Faith. They're in Yeah, they're currently in the Quarian section, where they have all these suits, but they have all of these new designer teenager suits, and some of them are by Quarian standing, the kind of outfits that if your mother saw her little girl walking out the door dressed in that, she'd be like, no, you can't go out like that. So,
Oh, good lord.
right now you see your sister wearing this the alternative
Clear
I guess
suit.
yes, it's a clear suit that shows a lot of skin, and she's wearing this right now, and she looks very happy with it. She's like, oh my gosh, I look so great, because she is a 15, 16-year-old. She's becoming a woman. She is very proud of her body and how she's developing into a woman, and right now it looks like she's wants to relish in it. So what is your reaction to your sister wearing something that might be inappropriate? Actually, first of all, how does Faith react to this? Faith react when you're in the dressing room and she comes out and she's got, curves and clear plastic showing this and that, and Trissy is all for it. She's like, oh my gosh, girl, that's amazing. You look awesome. And Nilu's like, you really think so? And what would Faith
Normally
say?
I would agree with you, but it'd be better if it was showing a little bit less skin. She's not thinking that's not very appropriate.
She's trying to put it delicately.
Nilu says, but it's the latest fashion in Korean clothing. Look at all the posters. All the girls are wearing it nowadays. And she's pointing at all these posters of these girls, having a good time, partying, drinking.
Well, the latest
Rain's gonna
fashion.
be listening in just in case.
Rain's probably the one that picked it out for her.
No, I don't think Rain
You
would
don't
actually
think Rain would have picked it out?
No.
Okay. No.
Rain's looking at dresses, but she's near enough by so she can listen in case
I
her
think
information.
Faith will probably go through the other suits that they have and find something that shows something, but not too much. Something that will be more appropriate for her, but still showing something.
Okay,
A little bit.
Salo, what is your reaction? You see this happening.
Salo is just going to shake his head and bring up his Omni tool and try to hack into the outfit and make the clear parts not clear anymore. just like a hologram or something covers all those parts up.
Would you be allowed to do that before you purchase the outfit? Isn't that sort of like, you know, tailoring the outfit before you even buy the dress?
Well,
I would
it's
assume
not-
there would be something in the
it's not
outfit to
altering
reset it
the
back.
outfit. It's just a hologram. So.
Oh, okay. And when you do that, Nilu looks down and says, What's happening? And then
He's
she
also
will look
trying to
up-
hide.
Roll a, yeah, let's see if she spots you. Roll a dexterity check, and she'll roll a perception.
I have perception sneak. Is that a
That is
thing?
good. Yes.
Okay. Rolling dice. Where's the dice thing? There it is.
I got
Are
a
you guys
9.
on roll 20? By the
Yeah.
way?
Yes, I just rolled a 9.
Well, then I need to get on roll 20. And I know you guys
Okay.
are even on roll 20.
Big brother wins.
Okay. Neil looks around, but she doesn't spot you.
Do you think Rain would be able to put together that Salo did it?
Probably.
He's gonna sigh and walk over and kind of like look her up and down. It's like, do you really want to wear what everyone else is wearing?
She says, I have to get back to the times. I've been stuck in a vault for so many years. I'm trying to catch up and make...
No. I'm not gonna let someone in my company think like the sheep, okay? Like, you have to be a trendsetter, not someone that's following the trend.
What do you
Yeah,
suggest?
I think Faith will
Something-
probably walk up by this point with a better suit that she thinks would be more appropriate for her.
And she's not gonna go for something that's more appropriate, but something more along the lines that's different, more elegant and dignity and grace and like confidence. It's all about confidence.
Trissy pipes up and says, oh, come on, Rain. Let the girl have some fun. Darren, what do you think? She says as she turns to Trissy turns to Darren.
Okay,
Chris pipes up and says, I think she looks pretty.
Well, she
Thank
does
you.
look pretty. She's
Thank
very
you,
she's a
Neelu
very
says.
pretty girl. Like, she does look pretty. I'm just saying that, you know, maybe something with a little more originality is in order rather than picking out what everyone else is picking.
Darren, how do you respond?
Darren finds like the most like unattractive suit available and
Mismatched colors.
Rain's gonna turn to Trish. He's like, okay, so we don't ask Darren about clothes.
What do you mean? She'd look great in this. It would.
That looks like a clown costume.
Darren, you have absolutely no sense of fashion whatsoever. Your sense of fashion is about as good as your sense of good movies.
Aya, how about you? She says, what do you think? What do you think about of Nilu wearing this dress?
Well, it's kind. Maybe in 2 years. Then you'd be perfect for it.
Is Aya the kind of person herself? Would she strike the group as someone who wears dresses herself, or is she not a dress person?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay. So Trissy says, well, you probably haven't worn a dress in a very long time. Actually, have you ever worn a dress before? Trissy asks.
Oh, I have like a funny little story about when I had to actually try and seduce the dirtbag of a mercenary in order to actually get close enough to him to blast his face apart.
How did that work out? Trissy asked.
Have you seen these? It worked perfectly.
So ulterior motives is what she's saying. What I'm suggesting, Nilu, is that you stand out from the crowd, and you would look better for it, rather than being a part of it.
You're saying my suit wouldn't make you stand out from the crowd?
You would make her stand out in a bad way, like a clown at a, I don't know, a clown at a ritzy party or something.
We've been in the vault for 3 years. Maybe clowns of all of ages.
A clown at a funeral, I think, is.
Yeah, a clown at a funeral. Thank you, Quinn.
I don't mind standing out, Nilu says. Oh, do you think there'll be a lot of boys at the party tonight?
Probably.
Oh boy, Salo, you've got a
Salo's
handful
still
here.
there. He's
Salo
still
shall
there.
be-
He's just like,
Shall be
oh, no.
going in full battle armor.
Salo's got his
Bella's
droids.
got a few more items on his shopping list now. Definitely. Spy drone.
Well, you do have that bee drone of yours.
A little invisible thing that shocks any male in a certain age range that gets anywhere close to Nilu.
Rain's basically going to take her own advice and like look at the dresses that everyone else is wearing on the posters and then come out with something a bit different and just walk around with it. Just
Okay.
kind of trying to get an idea. I've already picked out a picture.
What does the dress? So you're trying to pick out a better dress for Nilu?
Well, this is what Rain was going for. Like, this is
Alright,
what
I'm
she
gonna
would
click
want
on
to
it.
wear. This is what she would want to wear.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
But look,
I love that.
Rain will come out in that and look at the posters and be all like, see how different I look and how much I stand out from all the other Asari wearing this skimpier clothes.
I see your point. So, what suit would you recommend for me?
She might come up with something like this, only in blue instead of green. This will be the second image. She'll come up with something like that and be it blue instead of green.
Well, keep in mind that Nilu has a yellow suit, which makes her stand
okay.
out because most Quarian suits are shades of like bluish and purple.
Okay, so it's
color-wise,
yellow instead of.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be yellow. It's just her suit is definitely already makes her stand out. It's just she's trying to stand out more. So.
Yeah. But Rain would be thinking more of a dress like that. The second
This
one.
is pretty, she says. I suppose I could give it a try. Yes, go right ahead, dear, Trissy says, and she sort of feels like, okay, fine, we'll let the boys pick out the dress for you, and she just gives up on it.
Well, Rain
Rain
helped.
is not a boy.
Yeah, Rain helped.
Yes. Niha is also there, and she has picked out an outfit for herself as well, which is more of she normally wears black, but I think she's probably going to get a wine red suit with a few frills here and there. She comes out and she looks very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Probably makes a few of the other Quarians' heads turn. But she's also carrying with her another outfit, a human outfit. And she says, Aya, I thought that if you wore this, we could match. And it is a very feminine looking dress that is similar in shade as what she is wearing as well. Oh, come on, she says. Just for one night, you can, let your hair down just a little bit. Every soldier, it's important for every soldier to do that.
I like my hair.
Rain's kind of leering at the long hair. It's like, yes, hair.
What do you think? I think this is your size. Unless you have already picked out something else, probably a pair of slacks.
Fine, I'll wear it. You owe me then, big mask face.
Who knows? Who knows, she says. You might end up finding a boy or two at the party. It could do you some good. Maybe, brush up some of your social skills, as horrid as they are.
You're the one to talk. Spouting such nonsense constantly.
Well, I'm warning you, she says. I am giving you a 5-drink limit. Anything beyond that, and we'll probably find several people's heads bashed in and some tables broken that I, once again, have to replace for you.
Obviously, who else should replace them?
She says, she turns to the rest of the group and says, this is the abuse that I have had to deal with for years. I swear, it's like we've been married all this time.
If it helps, I can pay for any broke tables this time.
She says, all right, if you want to take care of that, that is fine. I will wash my hands of any responsibility I have with Aya and how much drinking she's going to be doing tonight.
Well, don't worry. Unlike you, I can actually handle my drinks. I remember that time when we were at Afterlife in Omega, and you only had a single drink, and you were already rolling all around the floor.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. My filters were malfunctioning that night.
Uh-huh. So you say... Maybe you should have your filters checked, because they seem to always be broken.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think my hearing unit is malfunctioning as well. I have to go get it fixed. She says as she.
While
as
those
she
two are
rushes
bickering,
out.
Ranger's like,
Just like a...
Salo, are you still hiding at this point?
Rain
Rain
properly
me.
found.
Rain found him, but she hasn't like ratted him out yet. She's gonna kind of like nudge the clothes rack that he's in. It's just like, you're gonna have to let her live a little sometime. I'm not saying drop your guard, dog. I'm saying loosen the leash just a little bit.
Loosen up, Salo, you old man. Don't be the grumpy old man.
I'll help back you up if you need it.
Thank
On
you.
the other, while this is happening, you see Otto is in one of the sections of the department store. He's in the jewelry section, and you see that he looks to be picking out some women's jewelry at the moment.
Mhm.
If anyone
Rain's gonna
cares.
like slide up to him, like, thinking about a special somebody.
Otto turns towards direction and says, she says politely, I beg your pardon.
I don't know, I'm just seeing you looking at jewelry. I'm thinking you might have somebody in mind to give it to.
The Krogan tilts his head and, oh wait, he says, I remember you. You're that singer.
My point still stands. Are you thinking about giving it to somebody, or are you just browsing?
Truthfully, I was considering what would go best with the color green.
Oh. Depends. Do you want to compliment it, or do you want a contrast?
He's thinking slightly. Thoughtfully, she might appreciate more complimenting.
Blues and purples go well with green.
He chuckles slightly, and then he says, I was thinking more, this necklace here, with the tiny brown studs. It's a necklace that is mostly with green leafy looking charms with like little brown studs. And he says the studs look like seeds. She likes seeds.
Oh, yeah. That actually isn't a bad pick. You have a good eye for this.
Proudly, thank you. Though I'm not sure if she will appreciate it. Maybe this is too much too fast.
Just be considerate and say, you know, I thought you might like this. I saw it at the jewelry store and it made me think of you, and I thought you might enjoy it, so I got it for you.
Oh, I get it now.
I thought you might like this. I saw this in the jewelry store, so I thought I would get it.
Consider it.
Consider it. Thank you. I think I will tell her that.
No problem.
The Krogan gives a little bit of a smile, and then he proceeds to purchase the necklace at the jewelry shop. That's probably going to come into play later. Thank you.
Rain made a whoopsie and then covered her tracks. Like, I didn't do that, shush.
Anything else happening before the banquet?
Well, Lynn's looking at fabric, and he's probably letting Chris tag along with him.
Chris is basically looking around saying, so, what am I gonna get? What am I gonna get? I want to look fabulous. I want all the girls to notice me when I come in.
Rain has
Boys are okay too, but mostly girls.
Rain has suggested basically like a Michael Jackson-esque outfit for him.
With the one glove. And
With like
actually,
one glove and all the sparkles and stuff. That was the throwback she was mentioning. Because he
says,
reminds her of an old pop singer.
Actually, the one glove and the one glove is actually Chris's style, I think. He probably would end up with one glove at the end of the day anyway. So, I like it, he says.
It's like, yeah, Rain can help you. I need to go and do a thing. Like, you're like mouth sorry to Rain, though she probably can't see it.
What are you wearing? He asks.
I've got to finish it off first. I'll see you guys at the banquet.
Oh, okay. Chris,
And then-
Nilu comes out, by the way, and she's wearing the dress that Faith, not Faith, that Rain picked out, and it's more modest than what she wore before, but it's still really nice. She gives it a twirl, and does Salo say anything when he sees her in a much less revealing dress?
Well, Salo was only discovered by Rain, so he kind of backed off a little bit, but he kind of nods in approval before he goes off to buy his own components.
Rain's playing double side. She's trying to help the brother and the sister at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then she's gonna, after she helps Chris, she's gonna bicker with Trissy about her dress because they're gonna probably have a lot of a back and forth about dresses for her and for herself.
Okay. Trissy asks, so Rain, I got a question. You know a lot of the competitors in the games, do you?
Yeah, actually.
Do you know of a guy that calls himself Sink by any chance?
Yes, yeah, I do. That's the other squad that I told you guys about.
Oh, really? Huh. What's he like? Just out of curiosity.
Sentimental. Sentimental and very techie and very determined.
Huh. Sensitive kind of guy. I like that.
He wouldn't let you believe it at first, even if you knew.
Okay, well, maybe one of these days, she says, maybe you could introduce us.
I'll keep that in mind. Just for you.
Fair enough. Okay, so you guys make your purchases and the banquet arrives. So the banquet itself, it is half indoors, half outdoors. It is yes, Quinn.
Why? Quinn was making something while all of you guys were out. Actually, after the tournament thing ended, the thing he missed, he got back to the ship and he was making something.
Okay.
Would that time between the end of the competition and the banquet be enough time to make something? Particularly a hat, a top hat with a, that can hold like a 2-liter soda or something. That
Yes.
with a military
Yes.
goggles.
Yes.
Basically,
Okay, yeah.
a 10-gallon hat is what you're looking
Yes,
for.
you can.
So it's a top hat that has like a compartment to hold a 2-liter soda, or as I described, that has like straws that come down to the mouth. It has has military goggles that can zoom in, see infrared, thermal, and ultraviolet, we'll say.
Okay.
And it is the loudest shade of purple imaginable,
Okay.
with the Korean designs, of course. And is everyone coming back to the ship before they go to the banquet, or is they shopping and then going directly to the banquet?
Rain might briefly come back to the ship just because she wants to make some modifications.
Well said.
Yeah,
Well
I
said.
think we're gonna come back as well.
Well said. Hat ends up in front of Chris somehow, some way. way, the package is delivered
Oh, you give Chris a package?
secretly, preferably.
Oh, so you're not presenting it to him. You're just leaving it in his room.
His room in front of him.
Actually, he doesn't really have a room. Chris wasn't given a room. He was given sort of like a corner of the
Well,
ship.
In our ship, you said we didn't have rooms. We had like pods.
Yeah, he had a
if I remember
pod.
correctly.
He hangs
Right.
out in the engineering room, though.
He ends out in engineering room, I'm sure. Okay, so Chris will find a box.
Before the banquet, basically.
Okay, he'll
I-
find some sort of. Go ahead, Darren.
Sorry, I was just going to say I did say that I'd like to talk to Chris at some point before the banquet.
Can it?
I
Oh, it
want
has
to
to be
do it.
before the banquet.
It doesn't have to be. That was just the preference. It can be during the banquet if that's
Let's
easier.
do it during. Let's do it during. Chris will find a box. I don't know if anyone would be around in the engineering room. This is on whose ship? The Bravo Squad ship or the Alpha Squad ship? I guess. Chris is
I
in
guess-
Bravo Squad.
Bravo.
Yeah, Bravo Squad.
Bravo.
So I don't know if anyone is on the Bravo ship at the moment. But Chris is gonna find the box and he'll say to himself, "Hello, what's this? It's a box." And it's addressed to him, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
He opens the box. What does he see?
He sees a top hat with the loudest color scheme imaginable.
Okay.
With again the straws and goggles and a note that's proud voyager and descendant of the Korean people are always rewarded for their courage.
Wow. He says, this is the most beautiful thing anyone's ever given me." He looks around, but he doesn't see anybody, I don't think. He puts it on. "It fits perfectly. Oh man, I'm gonna be the talk of the town tonight," he says to himself. And he
It
will
also-
head over. Out of
It
character,
also
does
has
it matter?
a PS of it. You put soda in it and drink it.
Yes, he will definitely fill it up. He definitely will fill it up with soda. Out of character, does the hat match or not match with the rest of his outfit?
No,
Does
it's
not at all.
purple.
Okay.
You know, like a Tally's outfit.
Okay.
That color scheme.
Okay. When you guys are getting ready, Crystal Chen, Otto will approach you at some point. And he will ask, Miss Chen, Otto, by the way, is dressed up in the Krogan version of a tuxedo. If any of you have played the Citadel DLC and took Rex with you, I think, to the casino, then you would have seen formal wear, what Krogan formal wear looks like. But anyway, he's wearing Krogan formal wear, and he approaches Crystal Chen and he says, "Miss Chen, would you do the honor of coming with me to the banquet this evening?"
Of course.
He says, to clarify, just as friends, of course. I thought that it would be nice to go together as friends.
Yes.
What is Crystal Chen wearing to the banquet?
She was doing laundry while the other
Okay.
people were shopping for clothes, so
Okay.
her what was it? The jumpsuit is cleaned up already from the
Okay, so she's wearing her jumpsuit.
I'm sure
Okay.
Trissy
Yeah.
probably would have picked out something.
Trissy probably would have offered to pick out something for you, but she wouldn't push it if you insist on wearing your jumpsuit. What would you think that you would have... What would Crystal have done?
What would Tracy propose? What was the
Christy will show you two outfits. One outfit that she will show you is a navy blue dress, long skirt below the knee. It matches your well, not matches your eyes. It matches in color what you normally wear, I think. And And the other outfit that she shows you is a more modest outfit consisting of a nice pair of brown slacks and a dressy top that is, let's say, it is a light, it's a dark purplish, like royal purple dressy top and a pair of nice brown slacks. That's what she's offering to get you. Or the jumpsuit, whichever one you decide.
The second one is too expensive. Looks too expensive. But
The second one is too expensive? I would say the dress is more expensive.
Looks more expensive because of the
Okay,
royal
looks more expensive.
purple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she doesn't want to wear a dress
Okay.
because she wants to be able to, like, get.
What she can offer you also then is sort of like a slacks, black top, and then a colored sweater. You know how some girls wear like a sweater on top of a black top shirt? I don't know if you've seen that before, but
No.
it's another modest look. Probably
Yeah,
fits
like-
Crystal very well, but it's up to you. Or I mean, you're fine with just wearing the jumpsuit. I don't think anyone is going to turn you away from the door if you're wearing your jumpsuit, because it's still like, I guess, military. It's like wearing a military suit.
Probably not appropriate for the occasion, and she doesn't want to make Otto look terrible in comparison. So she will just. Is it possible to just wear a white blouse of some kind,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
and then the brown
Slacks.
pants, flat?
That's fine.
Is that
That's fine.
like khaki pants or something?
Yes. Heels or no heels.
No heels.
Flats. That's fine. Modest flats. Simple modest flats. Trissy
She
knows
will
your
also be
stuff.
able to, like, if a car breaks down, she can get down
Yes.
and get all her.
Trissy understands your style. She was just trying to nudge you towards a little bit more flair, but she understands your style. Okay, Chris is going to approach Salo. Actually, no. Chris is going to approach. Lun has interacted with Chris more. Chris is going to approach Lun, and he will say, "So, Lun, do you want to well, go to the banquet together, but not together? You know, I could use a wingman." And he's wearing this ridiculous hat right now. Like, are
I'm
you?
just like looking at that hat, like, oh my god, no. But he's like,
Do you like it? It's a present from the mysterious shadow guy, or whatever we call him. I thought
As
I
long
heard
as you
rumors
like
about
it, that's the important part.
Oh, I love it. And look, he like takes out a glass, and then he fills the glass up with the soda. See? The
that's
perfect party trick.
I'm sure you're gonna get lots of people happy tonight.
You mean we are gonna get lots of people tonight? Chris says.
I'm not the social type, so maybe you can show me how to do this party thing.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. We'll help each other. We are so cool. Chris says.
I'm just like smiling happily for it. He's just like, oh, he's harmless at the end of the day.
So you guys are going together as wingmen. Good luck with that.
Well, I've sent you what Lun is wearing.
Is anyone else asking somebody else to go to the banquet with them, or are the rest of you going Faith, Salo,
Rain's going stag unless somebody actually asks her. So.
Tadashi will probably ask Rain
Okay.
to go to the banquet. Tadashi is very handsomely dressed, and in a tux. He's got his hair like slicked back and gelled. Very, very handsome. And he's wearing like the white gloves and everything. The man certainly gets paid well, apparently. But of course, so do you. Anyone else asking anyone else to the banquet? We all stag? Everybody else is stag?
I
Rain's
think
kind
I
of-
just it's just like with Neha kind
Neha. Okay.
But not-
wing
but not
wing
as-
woman.
of. Yeah.
Okay.
deciding on whether or not she wants to try and like stealthily bring her guns along because she doesn't like going anywhere without being armed.
Okay.
So, would Tadashi talk her down from that?
Salo could have outfitted you with a Justified if you wanted.
It wouldn't work well with the dress though.
Tadashi
That's
would
true.
probably have Tadashi would probably have issue with that. He would probably mention something, but he's not gonna like stop you. He would say something, but he wouldn't stop you.
She'd probably, yeah. I think she'll. If he says something, she'll be like, yeah, it's kind of silly.
Okay.
She'll leave them there.
The banquet, like I said, half indoors, half outdoors. It is right by the bay area of the city, the floating city, and there is a live jazz band that is playing.
Did all of us go together there, or did like people arrive like in pairs? Because
Is it like a red? I think he's asking, is it like a red carpet event?
no,
Event.
more like did our squads did people did all of us just go together? Because like this is kind of important right now. Because
Yeah,
hey,
are you
I-
guys going together as a group, or are you guys just getting there, trickling in individually?
Dan's content to go as a group,
Okay.
so I don't know about anyone else.
To keep
I
it
guess
simple,
trickle in when people are ready, to be honest.
Because Aya has not met Alphas Tadashi yet.
That's true.
Trickle in, trickle in.
Yeah,
Just for the shock factor.
And have Aya get there before Rain because Rain's gonna come in arm with Tadashi.
Yeah.
Okay. I will do this. We'll do this loosely, unless you want me to roll. Have you guys roll?
And- And Quinn holds down the ship with Morden.
Okay. Yes, Quinn holds down the ship. Morden's not gonna go. All right.
that one.
Rolling sounds cool.
So you guys will. Whoever wants to go as a group can go as a group. Who's going as a group? Or I guess who's not going as a group? Who wants to trickle in late? Anyone want to trickle in late and not go with the group?
Dan would arrive with Trissy, so whatever.
Okay.
I guess.
And I would assume that Rain would have gone along with Trissy.
Okay, so you guys can have your own separate group.
Okay.
So, virtually everybody else. Salo?
Salo actually wants to get there like a little early and arrange like so when everybody enters, like there's a big like to do with like their names as they come in and like sparks.
Yes. Absolutely.
Pyrotechnics.
Yeah,
Yes.
a big
Every
big
time-
thing, big deal.
Set booby traps.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can arrive early. There is jazz. There's a jazz band playing live music. It's not like I'm not talking about fancy orchestras. I'm talking just fun New Orleans style music. And the buffet consists again a lot of New Orleans style dishes. Consisting of gumbo and crawfish and beignets and things of that nature. A lot of things that makes New Orleans New Orleans. They're very proud of their culture here, even to this day. There, of course, are also dextro-based food as well. It is less. I mean, the event is nice. It's not like hoity-toity black tie kind of event because, again, it's more of a fun New Orleans style party, but there are people who are in cocktail dresses and semi-formal outfits and that kind of nature. So people are mingling. For whatever reason, the main squad is not attending this evening. They are off doing something else, but I won't tell you what that is at this moment. So it's just you guys for now. For now, it's just you guys. And if anyone wants to interact with anyone, it is your chance before the second group trickles in.
I think Rain, for the most part, is just like waiting for more people to show up and
hasn't arrived yet.
just waiting for the music to get better.
We're the
Okay.
group who wants to arrive fashionably late, is
Yeah.
Okay.
basically.
Nilu, Salo, you're gonna find that Nilu is being surrounded by several Korean teenage boys right
Oh
now.
boy.
Several of
Here
them.
we go.
This is where the booby traps kick in.
She and the rest of the boys seem to be having a very good time.
Salo,
Are you, what do you do?
Salo is gonna program his little bee drone to just kind of anytime any of those boys do anything even slightly inappropriate, they're just gonna get a little bit of a shock.
Okay.
Just a little one.
Okay.
Can I take a roll to see if Aya notices?
Go ahead.
What would that kind of roll be? That would be a...
I will let Quinn decide. I will let Quentin decide the difficulty of that. Dr. Crystal Chen, when you guys are eating your meal, Otto is going to start spouting, cayenne pepper, lemon juice, a little bit of red wine. He basically is spouting. This is sort of what Otto likes to do when he's eating dishes. He's trying to guess what the ingredients are, and he's just kind of spouting that. Whether or not you are amused by this or not is up to Crystal Chen.
He used Omni tool and scan the ingredients instead.
Oh, now
Correct.
that's. Is that what you're doing too? You're gonna scan the ingredients?
Just to check, but she's not doing it for her own sake. She's doing it to cheer Otto.
Otto says accuse. Otto. Well, at first when Otto sees you doing that, he will say accusatorily, "That's cheating."
It's not a competition. You always win.
Otto says, "Actually, this is a competition," and he says that with a straight face.
All right, and then she just chuckles. Then she doesn't say
Okay.
anything about it.
Darren, you and Trissy and the rest of the group arrive as well. At this point, the booze is flowing, the dancing has picked up, the music has picked up a bit. There are a few people who are smoking a few things that you know to be illegal substances, but nobody seems to be paying much attention to that. Tadashi says to Rain, I'm very tempted to report whoever that is.
Hey, if you can do it without ruining the party, I guess that's all up to you. We still have to make appearances after all, unfortunately.
I just don't want my father to get in trouble.
Ah, good point. Yeah, actually, it might look better. You know what? Try to do it without being noisy, is what I'm trying to say.
It's at this point that a slightly drunk Aya will turn around to me. She'll freeze in place when she sees Tadashi with, she'll have a drink in her hand, and she'll freeze in place when she sees Tadashi and Rain.
Arm in arm, pretty much.
Yes. Tadashi looks towards your direction and says, "Oh, you're the other Aya. Rain told me about you."
Wait, you guys know each other?
Hello, brother.
Well, he says, some things sure don't change across galaxies, do they?
No, well, I'm just kind of surprised to see that there is so fucking many of you. God damn it, can't you just stay in your own universe? Which one are you from? I can see you're not green, so you're not from here.
Rain's just gonna kind of like salute with 2 fingers. Yeah.
Okay, she says, first of all, sister, ex-nay on the Alexi gay.
Well, I know that this word... Yeah.
Well, there is something very different from you. I can't remember the last time I ever saw my sister in a dress.
Oh, you just keep your little mouth shut. Now, hush, old man, and go away.
So is this a little sister thing or a big sister thing? I need to know now. I'm curious.
Ask the ancient one. Can't you see all the gray hair he's spouting?
Aya's is a little bit of a feisty one. One thing that you have to understand about this particular Tadashi, so This specific Tadashi is very straight-laced. He's very, very by the book, very lawful good, very, goody two-shoes. And
Pretty much kind of like Purple Tadashi.
Purple Tadashi was less straight-laced, I would say. Less straight-laced. And then I would say that Green Tadashi, Elias's Tadashi, is probably the most laid back of the three. That's how I would rank.
I hear you don't like our people having fun Tadashi. Since when did you get so like? Did someone stick an even bigger stick up your ass?
He says, "Excuse me, but I am here representing my father and the rest of the people who are actually paying to allow you to drink that much booze tonight and have a good time."
It's not my problem. I'm not representing anyone here. Like, my dad's dead, so...
I recommend, he says, that you desist from saying anything that will continue to embarrass and disgrace yourself and the rest of your group.
Since when am I representative of anyone? Come on. You need to learn to relax.
You know what? I think I'm done here. He says, "Excuse me," and he starts to leave unless somebody wants to stop him from leaving. Otherwise, he's gonna leave. Darren's looking back and forth as if it looks like he's witnessing this whole thing.
Yeah.
I see his eyes. His eyes are like shifting, so I feel like Darren's like stuck in the middle watching this exchange. This exchange between brother and sister they're bickering, but it's different between you and Trissy. Like, very different. Like, these two clearly have issues.
It's not Darren's place to get involved, though.
Yeah, Faye's not gonna get
Rain's-
involved either.
Rain's gonna look between the two and kind of sigh, a little irritated, just like, come on, you guys really don't have to do this here.
I guess you're right. As Lund said, it's not like you're that stupid arse of a Tadashi that I know.
You hear a
Stupid butt he got.
At that point, you hear a buzz, a zap, ow! As you turn and you see a Quarian standing right next to Nilu, and he starts cursing under his breath. "What was that?" he says as he's sort of like, as he's like shaking his hand.
I will look at Salo, and then she'll start chuckling.
He does the Quarian equivalent of the innocent whistle.
Nilu turns towards the boy and says, "Is something wrong? Are you hurt? Maybe your suit is malfunctioning. Here, let me see if I can help."
Oh boy.
She will. And the boy says, yes, let's go to the next room and see if we can fix this suit." And they go off to the
It
next
had the
room.
opposite effect.
They go off to the next room.
Rain's
What's happening?
gonna-
Slow
Nilu!
clap. Oh my goodness, Aya, we've been here for what, 15 minutes? How many drinks have you had?
I don't know. Was this bottle full when I found it?
Oh. She shakes her head. This is why I can't take you anywhere. She says, "Where is your brother? Is here?" "Oh, yes, I see." And you see here his brother is right now basically standing next to some people who appear to have something in their fingers that they're smoking, and he's sort of lecturing them or something. He says, I see. There he is. You must be very proud."
He's always been the police boy. Like, always so right with the rules. Yeah.
She shakes her head. Well, it's all right. She says, he's not really your brother.
No, but he's alike enough.
It doesn't matter if he's really her brother or not. The reality we're in is this one, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
A young
What she
Asari.
said.
Chris and Lun, you guys are probably having a drink, maybe a soda or whatever it is you guys are ordering at one of the cocktail tables, and you see one of the nearby Asari. She's probably roughly. She's sort of wearing sort of like a leopard skin suit. You're not really sure how old she is, but you're kind of getting the cougar vibe from her. She's looking towards your direction and she gives you a wink, like a very seductive wink.
We'll just kind of look at her, point to Chris, like tilt head.
You're pointing to Chris and
You're
tilting
like-
your head.
Yeah, like him.
No, and then she shakes her head and looking at you. She's pointing at you. She shakes her head and points to you.
Lynn's like, oh no.
Chris says, "What? What's going on?"
Run away, Lun, run away.
I think she likes you. Push.
Whoa! He says, "Who likes me?"
Oh, maybe
at this-
there. Have fun.
At this point, the Asari like saunters over, and she walks over to the table, and she carefully places her hands down onto the table, and she says, "Hi there. What's your name? My name is Lalandra." And then she sort of gives you a nod.
This is Chris, and I'm Lynn.
Lun, Chris. She nods at Chris. How nice to meet you. And then she very delicately holds out her hand for a shake.
Nervously, just like takes it and shakes, like looking around.
She's looking at your glass and she says, "I see that your drink's almost over. Would you care for me to buy you something?"
I'm actually waiting for my captain and pilot to come and join me.
"Do you have a daughter?" Chris asks immediately.
Like, Rain looks over.
Wait, no, this is Lynn's expression. It's like straight away, dunk.
Rain-
Go ahead, Rain.
Rain looks over at the exclamation of "you. Do you have a daughter?" and like raises an eyebrow at one's directions. Like, okay.
Lalandra turns towards Chris, a little bit fazed by what he just said, this random thing she says, and she says, "No, darling, I've never been married." And Chris says, "That doesn't mean anything." "Touché," Lalandra says. "So, Lun, about that drink," she asks.
I'm fine for the moment.
She says, "Oh, all right, that's fine. So you're one of the competitors of the competition. Oh, I forgot your team's name."
At this point, I will just like come waltzing. Like, she can still walk straight and everything. Like, but she has a slight blush on her cheeks, and she'll just like lounge down across the room and be like, "Lun, have a drink with me."
Ah, there's my captain now, just in time. Like looking at Aya, like mouthing, "Save me!" And he's actually got a clear-through mask, so she can actually see him be like.
Hey, I can actually see your face now. You're even cuter than you normally are.
Okay.
"Are you together?" Lalandra asks.
Oh, this one is
I get it.
mine.
She's
Go away
your-
now, hush. Go away, old lady. This one is mine. Find your own Corian.
She says, "I get it. She's your captain. I see. All right. Well." She says, if you want to dance or anything, I'll be here." And she gets up and she saunters over to the table where she was at.
Lynn's face is like, again, rebooting.
Crystal Chen, you and Otto witnessed this from another table, and Otto kind of shakes his head. He says, sympathetically, I feel very bad for Loon. Salo, after a few minutes after Nilu and the other Quarian boy disappeared off to the next room, you hear another scream and a much larger zap coming from the next room. And the Quarian comes running out. He comes bursting out and he says, I need help, quick! He says, my suit is malfunctioning. I think it's on fire. And Nilu rushes out too. She says, I'm so sorry. She says, I was trying to fix it. And then the boy says, no, stay away from me. And he runs out of the room.
Salo will actually approach him and pretend to fix the problem since there's actually no problem.
Okay.
And
Sir,
just
please help me.
Lean in real close and then like, that's my sister. Stay the hell away from her, and you won't get shocked anymore. and then loudly say, "Looks like it's all fixed. It was just a problem with your with a little bit of engines and the rotors and stuff. You should be fine now."
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. He says, and then he leaves. When he leaves, Nilu runs up to you, Salo, and says, Oh, Salo, did you see a Quarian boy run this way? He seemed to have some problems with his suit.
Yeah, I saw him. He was in a rather of a panic. I did what he could, and he went out that way, and I pointed to the exact opposite direction that he went.
Oh, thank you. Are you having fun, brother?
Oh, I'm having a blast.
You know, there's a lot of females here too. You probably should try talking to some of them.
Oh, that's
That's
fine. I don't really think that it's appropriate right now with the whole stuff that's going on with things that we can't talk about.
Oh, all right. I'm just, trying to help you have fun. There is a lot more Koreans here than there were in the vault. So take advantage of it while you can.
Salo is not wearing a clear visor, but is just beet red. Yes, I females, yes. Sure.
Darren can probably help you. He's and as she's pointing towards a table where all of these girls are ogling over Darren right now, and probably asking for him to sign various garments of clothing left and right.
Darren's loving it.
Darren, right.
He's got more girls than he could use. You probably could borrow some from him. I don't think he's really interested in any of them anyway, Nilu whispers.
At the moment, he's just telling them about the Normandy and how it flies and things like that.
Yeah, that's really hot. That's super hot. When she leaves, Trissy walks up to you and she's got her arms folded, and she says, I saw that, by the way, she says to Salo.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I think it's, well, for the record, Trissy says, I think it's sweet that you're looking after her.
I would take that as a compliment if I had any idea of what you were talking about.
At that point, Quinn, you're getting a call from the ship. To the ship. You're getting a call to the ship.
I'm gonna have to roll a perception to hear that because there's a lot of noise going on.
Go ahead. I'll let you decide if you hear it or not.
What?
Go ahead. I'll let you decide if you hear it or not.
I'm gonna go ahead and say what I'm making.
Go ahead.
It's a katana. A real weapon, so I think I'm gonna have to roll to see how I do that, but...
That's fine.
If you would allow me to just make it, that'd be fine too.
You can just make it. I think that's enough. The katana's fine. You can make a katana. You answer the call?
Sure.
Hey, Quinn! It's Chris! Where are you? Why aren't you at the party?
I'm in the middle of something. Clang, 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 clang,
Oh,
clang.
well that's sad. Do you want me to bring you back some of the canapes, whatever you call those things? The little fancy finger food things.
You are aware that I cannot eat anything that is not dextro food, correct, Chris?
Oh, well they have dextro stuff here too. I think they have something that's sort of like ball-like that's supposed to taste like human crab meat, but it's dextro based. They glow in the dark too. It's kind of weird.
Never mind. Chris, you can... do they have anything else there?
Yeah, he says. I mean, they've got. He starts sputtering out like other various dextro food.
I'll assume there's something in there
Yeah.
that Quinn would like, so I'll say yes to the following thing.
You got it.
Approves us.
I'll get a doggy bag for you right away. Oh, and by the way, you're friends with that shadow guy, right?
Who?
You know, I thought I heard something about some guy that like leaves gifts and stuff for people.
Really?
Do you know how to get
What
in
would make you
contact
think
with
I know him?
Just as he says, I thought I heard somebody mention that you might know how to get in contact with him. Could you tell him thank you for me if you do get a chance to talk to him? Cause this hat is awesome. I can't keep the girls away from me. It's great.
Really?
Everyone keeps pointing at it and laughing. Oh my gosh, we're having such a great time.
That's gonna fly over. Really? Other people are enjoying it as well?
Well, yeah.
I'm afraid I won't be making it, Chris.
Oh, okay. Well,
Clang,
I'll get your
clang,
food at least.
clang.
All right, I gotta get going. I think I is getting drunk again. Talk to you later. Bye.
I'm
Yes,
not
he
drunk.
is.
So it's Chris on his own.
Quinn has no idea that
I'm just
people
ingesting.
legitimately thinks that they are enjoying the hat. They thinks that they're laughing with him, not at him. He's completely missed it as well.
Faith, you notice on one side of the room there is a small congregation of husk, like you know, good husks, people, and it's sort of like it's one of those things where they kind of keep to their own clique. Nobody talks to them. They don't talk to anybody else. They kind of just hang out in one little group over there. And you notice that Marauder Shields is dressed up in some sort of tuxedo, formal wear looking thing. He's giving himself some punch, and the other husky group is sort of pointing at him, and they seem to be gossiping amongst themselves about whatever is going on with Marauder Shields. I don't know if you care or if you do anything about it.
I guess she's probably gonna get up from her table and go over and say, I think he got a little bit of admirers or something over there, and she'll point over at the husks.
Oh, them, he says. I overheard them. They're talking about how I'm a washed-up ex-CSEC officer, kicked out of the force.
Well, she's gonna frown at that and say, well, they don't know you.
That's what I keep trying to tell myself, he says. How are you doing, by the way?
Well, I'm doing well enough, since I don't normally go to these types of things.
Why not? He asks.
I was just in the military for so long, I just don't really go to these dinner events.
I can relate. I don't really have an opportunity to go to much social events myself. At least, well, not since the war. I don't know if you noticed, but people tend to keep their distance.
Well, I can understand that, but things are different now, so hopefully things will get better for that.
Is it though? They said that this whole synthesis thing is supposed to make peace in the world and make us all friends with each other, but so far all I've seen is that things haven't really changed that much. And he's again looking at the pure segregation between the husks and the rest of the group in the room.
Well, something like this is a big change after all, and it's gonna take a whole lot more time than you probably would want for everybody to try and get normal and get along with each other.
Yeah, I know. Darren wants to talk to Chris. Okay, Darren, you can go ahead and talk to Chris. Chris is right now attempting to dance with this small group of girls. There's some girls, human girls, that are dancing with each other, and he sort of pops in and says, "Hey!" And he's sort of like trying to dance with them. The girls are sort of laughing. You can't tell if they're laughing with him or at him, though.
Hey girls, do you mind if I borrow him quickly?
Oh, hi, Darren, the girls say.
Hey girls.
Only if you promise to come back to dance with us, at least for a few minutes.
I'm sure we can work something out.
Sure, go right ahead. Hey, Darren, Chris says. I'd like you to meet my friends. I'm Stephanie. This is Diane, and that over there is Linda. Yeah, what they said.
Well, it's nice to meet you all.
Okay, I gotta go, girls, but I'll come back later, okay? Okay, yeah. What can I do for you, Darren?
So, I was watching the tapes from the event we were doing, and apparently running around isn't working these days. So, I had an idea, and reaches in his pocket and pulls out like this crumpled up napkin, and on it he's drawn a picture of himself, and it's very crude, but the thing that stands out the most is the fact he's wearing rocket boots. So I've drawn this, yes, so I've drawn this picture, and I was wondering if you could try and make this.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, absolutely. Huh. He looks at it. I think I could probably come up with a schematic that would be able to take care of this. When would you need it by?
Well, the sooner the better, but I figure we're probably dropping off with your friends soon, so if you can just design it, that would be awesome.
I think I can come up with something.
Alright, awesome.
Absolutely. Anything
Matt.
for you, Darren. You're so
Thank you.
nice, he says.
Oh,
No wonder all the girls like you.
hey, they like you too, man. You're dancing with what, 3 of them?
You
But-
think though?
Yeah, they're definitely digging it. That's
Well,
good time.
thanks.
Pretty cool.
Thanks, he says. He kind of does a really nerdy point to you. This is what humans do, right? They like,
Yeah,
do that.
yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And then he brings out another picture and offers it to him, and yeah, I'm not going to explain what that is. I'll whisper it to you.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, I got it. Okay. I thought I heard somebody say something.
Yeah, Rain is going to gather Trissy and Nilu, and she's gonna ask Trissy, he's like, so do you wanna dance with Shields or do you wanna dance with Tadashi?
Not that I have. She says, honestly, not that I have anything against Shields. It's just, well, I think I would be more comfortable dancing with Tadashi.
Okay, well, we need Salo, Tadashi, and Shields need a bit of loosening up at this party, so I'm counting on you two to help me out here. Nilo, you are Salo. Trissy, you're with Tadashi. And then she's gonna go get Shields.
Okay.
And then basically the plan is to like jam a thumb drive into the speakers of the
Okay.
things of the dance party. It's like, all right, I've had enough of this slow stuff. We're gonna we're gonna actually get this party right and proper. And she's gonna grab Shields, and the three groups are gonna come to the dance floor, and she's gonna start playing some hardcore like techno beat stuff.
Does
Three of them to dance to.
Does Salo accept going to the dance floor?
I'm not the best at dancing, Rain. I don't really,
Are you going to say no to dancing with your sister? Really? Come on, it'll be fun.
Okay.
Either Niha will say it's either that or your sister will end up dancing with somebody else.
Alright.
You go to the dance floor. Niha is going to be having a drink, watching this next to Aya. And yeah, you guys dance. I will ask Salo to make a dexterity check.
Oh,
See
my
how
my dancing is totally Shepherd style, like just awful.
Nice.
Like that, just calling it awkward.
Who else is involved in this? Who's dancing? Who else is involved in this?
Trissy, Rain, Shields, and Tadashi.
Okay. Tadashi is very smooth on his feet, extremely smooth. And Trissy is keeping up quite well. I'm not sure about Salo yet, because he still needs to roll.
Oh, do I need to roll for terrible?
Yeah, you need to roll for terrible.
You can either roll dexterity or artist. I would.
Or
guess.
artist, whichever one.